This is Amin Parker, and today's message is about your job. If you are working at a job where nothing is going right for you, every time you go into the job, it feels like you're about to go to war, where you know there is coworkers that you work with that you don't get along with, and you also know that the manager doesn't like you for some reason. The manager tends to side with the people who is bothering you, picking on you, just aggravating you, just trying to get you out of character. If you are working at a job like that, my best advice is for you to quit that job. But don't quit before you find a new job. That's the key to this life. You have to give a 2-week notice before you leave a job. You must do that. Just in case you need to go back to that job someday in the future. This is the best advice I can give you. The best advice. You don't want to work at a job where it's contentious between you and these other people. Whether they're management, HR, they always nitpicking at you. Because if you stay at that type of job, two things can happen, okay? Number one, at the end of the day, altercation may wind up happening at that job. You don't want certain types of altercation to happen to you on your job, because you might have to go to keimusho. I understand not everyone knows what that word means. Of course, it's a Japanese word, since I do speak some Japanese. Basically, what it means is jail or prison, okay? You don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go to prison. So you don't want to go to keimusho, all right? Keimusho is the worst place for a human being to go. So you don't want to go there. So you want to avoid all types of altercations on your job. Plus, if you get into an altercation, this stuff can follow you to the next job, okay? Certain types of things you do on your job will follow you for the rest of your life. You have to be careful. Protect your record. Protect your job record. Don't allow yourself to get fired because of certain people. They always nitpicking at you on the job. They make your work environment a nightmare because they're not speaking to you. They're whispering behind your back, and you can kind of sense it. The best thing you can do is put your 2-week notice in. Do it the right way. But make sure you have another job waiting for you, okay? You know, go on to interviews and stuff like that. Just do the proper things to get you out of that situation at your job. I don't think anyone should be working at a job where there's people bothering you. You're not getting along with certain people. You don't want to tatakai with anyone on your job. Trust me. I know people don't know. Some people may not know what tatakai means. Tatakai, basically it means get into a scuffle. You don't want to do that. Not at your place of work. So that's the best bet for you is to start looking for a second job or looking for a new job altogether so you can remove yourself from that nightmare, which is your job. You shouldn't be working at a job you don't like. There's too many jobs out here. There's a lot of excuses from people saying there's not enough jobs out here. Or there is jobs out here. You might not want to do those type of jobs, but they are available. They are. So that's not a good enough excuse to not leave your nightmarish job. Leave that job, but do it the right way, as I said earlier in the video. Now, a lot of times on these jobs, we tend to get so comfortable that we are afraid to just go out and find something new. Listen, I understand that, okay? You get so comfortable at your job that you're like, you know what? I might as well just stay. I should just stay and just put up with it. No, do not stay. Like I said, there's two things that can happen. One, you might find yourself going to keimusho. Two, which this could also happen, but it is unlikely, but it could. The people that's bothering you at your job, they might just get fired for some reason. They might quit for some reason. Because if they are a troublemaker, you better believe you're not the only one that's going through it with this person. If this person is a legit troublemaker, then they're causing problems with other people too. Sure, they may be picking on you, but you can't possibly be the only one that they're messing with like this. And even if you are, you should leave. But it is a possibility this person may get fired. They're going to do something that's going to get themselves in trouble. You have to understand about karma. Karma is a real thing. I get it. A lot of people make videos not believing in karma, thinking that it's just a joke, it's a myth. Okay, whatever. But that's negative energy that the bully is putting out there. They're putting out negative energy because they're picking on you, an innocent person who's not bothering anyone. You understand? You're not bothering anyone. At least I hope you're not. So if you're not bothering anyone, then you got to understand it's them that's the problem. They're going to get themselves fired at some point. And if it's management, yeah, it may be harder for the manager to just pick up and quit. But if the manager is a tyrant, they're going around bothering people, just picking on people, not listening to the complaints of their coworkers or their employees, who is supposed to be the backbone of the company. Because let's be real, the employee is the backbone. Without your employees, there is no business. So you have to value your workers. But I get it. A lot of employers, they're not valuing their workers. And I'm not saying all employers are this way. We have to always say all on YouTube and other areas of social media, because that's the nature of the game here on social media. You have to say not all. So it's not all employers that are being tyrannical, but I would say there's a fair number. I'm going to say it's a huge number of employers who just see their employees as a number. They might not even know your name at these jobs, to be honest with you. They might not, because there may be so many workers in the facility, they can't keep up with everyone. They'll leave that stuff to HR. So these managers and CEOs, when they come through, they may have a nasty attitude towards you. It may happen. That's wrong, but it may happen. And if it happens, listen, you shouldn't have to put up with that from no one. You shouldn't have to put up with disrespect. So leave the job, okay? Resign. Don't quit. Resign, okay? Resign. Do it the right way. And if you need to go back to that job later on in your life, then you should be able to do that, because you didn't quit. You resigned. You gave a 2-week notice, not a 1-week notice, not a 1-day notice. You gave a 2-week notice. So you know you did it the right way. And that's fantastic, because you can always go back to that job if you have to. Now I'm going to wrap it up here. Okay? As you all know, I am Amin Parker, and I love you all. So thank you for listening to this message. May God bless you, and always put Jesus first in your life. Until the next video, peace.